What's up YouTube, Evan from Epic Duel Time here doing a commentary on another duel video for you guys. This week we have a Dragon Ruler mirror match between Chris and Michael. These matches can be pretty challenging and tricky, especially with all the different effects going on and very specific plays that have to be made for the mirror match as just very unique plays. So Chris, turn 1 sets a back row. Michael, cards of consonances, a Flamvel guard, to draw 2 cards, and now he's using Tempest's secondary effect to pitch himself and Dragunity Karseska to search out a blaster. And then he's going to use Blaster's effect, pitching himself and Trigon to destroy Chris's face down trap card. Then Michael will set 1 face down and end. Chris then will start with a Dragon's Ravine, to which Michael will respond with Mystical Space Typhoon. Generally, you wait for the pitching of the dragon before destroying it to kind of kill the hand, but what he's doing in this point is to keep Chris from dropping a potential Trigon, which Chris actually happens to have. Trigon on the grave generally means the debris can follow up very, very quickly, and that's the goal. It also lets you set up to be able to blow up your opponent's field spell with Ancient Fairy. It can do a lot of damage. So Michael's going to use Dragon's Ravine. He pitches a couple dragons, and then from there he banishes Tempest and I believe Title for Blaster Summon, and searches out Tempest and Title again, and declares a direct attack with the Blaster, dealing in 28. The only dragon you can really leave on the field comfortably is Blaster. Generally, because if you don't, everything else could be killed by Crimson Blader, except for a Redux in defense mode. In this position, the way to really undo this is to either kill it with an effect, steal it, or smash into it with a Colossal, or a bigger monster. But generally, the go-to monsters are Colossal. I mean, you can go with Red Dragon Archfiend, but he's not as good of a choice. Next, we see Chris using 7 Sword and cards of consonants to start setting up his hand better. Drawing cards and putting a lot of cards into effect to allow him to get more card advantage, essentially. Next, he's going to banish a Maxi and a Title for Redox. Michael chains a Maxi, and what Chris is going to do is chain Return from a Different Dimension. Remember that as long as they hit the Banish Zone first as cost, that Return can still summon them back, and he can still summon, he can still search for Title being banished. This was a ruling that was made with Transmigration Prophecy that lets you do this. But essentially, because Title was seen as banished once, he will trigger his effect even though he's being summoned with summoned back with Return from the Different Dimension. So a synchro occurs between one of the tuners and the dragon, making a scrap dragon, popping that blaster. As I said, all it needed was to destroy it, and Chris can go for game. Dragon Rulers are, of course, a very explosive deck, backed by the fact that Return is an insane trap card. Very, very, very strong. Right now, Michael is going to take the first turn, banishing a Tempest for a 7 Sword, setting a back row and ending. Chris follows up by activating Dragon's Ravine, and he's going to send a pair of dragons, setting a back row and ending. Michael will then use a second copy of 7 Sword on his second turn, finishing another Tempest, drawing 2, and he'll be searching out. It looks like he selected a hard to tell off screen either. It would probably have to be a Corsusco or another Tempest. Next, Blaster secondary effect to destroy a face down card is going to be activated, to which Chris is going to chain. It was an MST, and that'll pop Michael's Compulse. Oh, it looks like Debris was taken. So Debris is normal summoned and activated, targeting Trigon as the summon target. Chris chains DD Crow to banish the Trigon. So now Michael's going to have to use 2 titles from hand to send a monster from the deck to the graveyard. He's going to pick Redox, the last dragon for this turn that he hasn't used. Remember, he's used all 3 other dragons. He's going to end turn after attacking. Leaving a monster like Debris out like that is tricky. There's arguments for both sides. You could say that he could have tried to synchro it into a Star Eater with that last Redox, but it would have taken a lot of damage to his graveyard. However, it would have made it less susceptible to Crimson Blader. As you're going to see, Crimson Blader is a huge card in this. Even under Max C, Chris isn't afraid to summon Crimson Blader. It's not a problem. Yes, Michael's going to draw 2 cards for doing it, but that Crimson Blader is now controlling the board. Now Michael can't really make any plays. So now, luckily, he has a third 7 sword. But what it's appearing is that he's not digging into any of those traps. So Michael's going to activate his Ravine. He's going to pitch the Redox. Dropping a Tempest. Again, trying to build up all the colors in his graveyard so that when he can summon, he can do more damage. A back row set and the ends. Next, Chris is going to activate normal summon and activate a Debris Dragon, trying to target Trigon. But once again, Michael this time has a DD Crow, so we're not really seeing too many Trigons getting summoned. Chris then banishes Redox and Guard for a title, searching another Redox. Chris then attacks for all of his monsters for game. Last Duel Videos pack giveaway winner was Robert Riley, and the winner of the Shadow Spectres contest is Team Space Mambo for guessing that I pulled more Tantans. If you want to have your chance to win a pack of Number Hunters and an Epic Duel Time deck box decal, there are 3 simple things you gotta do. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with an answer to our question of the week. This week's question is, what Yu-Gi-Oh! Archetype is your favorite and why? As always, like, comment, subscribe, and keep dueling, America.